Hey y'all, welcome to part 2 of the video I did of the dinos, dragons, and turtles. This one is going to be in resin. The other was clay. Here's a little dinosaur that's going to go in that egg. And this is the top of the egg, so I have to figure out how to get him in here. And I have to figure out how to pour the resin and keep him in the middle. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Nope. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna move him out of the way, then I will put him back where he needs to be. Much better. I'm probably gonna have it indented in my little egg where I have to have the toothpick, but maybe I won't. Whoa. Yes, I will. Alright. And now that is where I want that to sit. It looks like the middle to me. And then I have the other thing over here that I want to pour, which is this little dinosaur. Sorry, the dogs are down there hitting the stand. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't knock it over. Oh, that was me. Okay. And I will end up having to mix up the rest of my resin. I am pretty sure I'm at the end of my Jadiction that I got last year. It's to right there. So there's about half an inch left, which is probably, I don't know, all total, maybe 120 mils left. And I just mixed up 60 to do that and this with, because that's what my little cups hold, is 30 mils each. So I just went ahead and mixed up that at one time. And I see that either this mold is uneven, or the table, which is probably the table that I'm working on. Oh, come on, work with me. And that's not wanting to go over in the little bumpies. Wow. That is not taking as much as I thought it would. And I don't want to over pour, or it's not going to go together correctly. Oh, let me catch that drip. Well, that looks good to me. And I still have a little bit of resin left. I'm trying to figure out what I want to pour now. Alright, I'm going to put some of the mica powder in another one of these turtles. I'm going to do that off camera. Well, I got that one done. I want to make sure that it's up in that head. And yes, I am hitting the camera. Ooh. Probably wiped off my mica powder. That's alright. It would be all okay if it did. It's fine, fine, fine. You definitely get to see how a mold is when you are putting resin in it. I think that's okay. At least it's gonna have to be. And I still have some resin, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. Slide this over. Slide it over. Ooh. And I'm going to, oh no, I don't have it over here. Darn. Alright, I'm gonna go get that laser glitter. Alright, I have the laser glitter. It's Resinaire's laser silver. Very pretty. And yes, it is what I showed you before. I hope that's enough. I don't know. Well, it looks like a good bit in there. I think that's enough. I mean, there's quite a bit in there. I think it's good. I did not even look to see how much resin I had left in there. That's alright. But I do need to go ahead and mix some more. I'm not going to, well, I don't know how much to mix. It doesn't look like it's gonna need that much more. Okay, I do have some more mixed up. I hope it's enough. Okay, I have it mixed up. I see black specks on here, and I'm pretty sure that is where I poured that, not poured, but where I dusted the turtle. I really don't want it to go over that part, but there's not enough in this section. I don't think there's enough over. Oh, I hit the camera again. I am so sorry, y'all. Okay. I think that's good. Oh, and I mixed up 30 more meals. Oh, dang it. It could use a little bit more right there, but I'm scared to add any more. Let me see. Once again, toothpicks to the rescue. Because it did kind of breach over here. And then my little egg. Apparently that's what the problem is. This mold is also not level, which kind of stinks. Well, I am going to find something to put the rest of that in. I'm going to do that off camera. Hopefully everything turns out well and looks good. All right, I'm going to end that there, and I will bring y'all back for the final reveal. All right, these are ready, and this is, of course, the little dinosaur and the little egg. Y'all saw me pour it. The resin was up to here. However, it ended up settling down to about right here, and instead of mixing up a little bit of resin to do that, I just went ahead and put some UV resin in to top it off. That's fine. I do see one small bubble right there, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the egg. I think, that is resined on. Okay. All right, there we go. Well, it probably would have been a good idea to bring out some soapy water because of the shape of this one. But this mold is pretty flexible. I think I can get it. Maybe. If I could get this top roll down and stay, but I'm going to. It's definitely loose. You can see the color, it's got air down in it. It's just this opening is so small, it makes it hard. I'm trying not to stretch the mold too much. Oh. Definitely struggling with this one. I'm trying not to scratch the mold itself. There's my little bubble. Alright, I was just looking at the mold real close and the piece because it feels like it's not cured. And it's I can squeeze it. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, there are a bunch of little micro bubbles in there. A bunch. I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but I definitely can see them. I don't know why, because I had heated my resin before I poured it in here, and then it was on a heat surface to cure. Yeah, I don't think the camera's, yeah, maybe it is. It kind of looks like there's glitter in it, but trust me, that's not glitter. That is the little micro bubbles. But it's still cute. I don't know why it's squishy, but it is. That's weird. I've never had that happen with Jade Diction before. It could be because that bottle that I have is a year old now. So that very well could be the issue. I had thought that it hadn't cured in here, so I was looking down in to see if there was any liquidy stuff, but there wasn't. It came out clean. It's just squishy and soft. So anyway, and it was curing for days, y'all. Not just a few hours. It cured for like 3 days. I'm pretty sure the next thing that I poured was this one. And yes, since it took days for it to cure, I'm going to have to sand it down a little bit to be able to put it together. But my plan is to give it a surface to grab onto, and then I will put it together with some more epoxy resin. Not a lot, just enough to be able to stick it together, because this little dinosaur is supposed to go into an egg as well, you know, a bigger egg. I don't have it sitting here with me, or I would show you. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And yes, I say take it out because even though it's 2 halves, it's one dinosaur. And those of you who have this mold know that it's a 2-piece set. And it did not pull out all my mica. And I see a bubble in it right there. And then there's some smaller bubbles. But with it being in the dino egg, that's not going to matter much. There's some little holes right there. And that is either a bubble or a defect. More likely a bubble, because that's where the little wing tip would have been. And same on that side. But I'm pretty sure that was my error. And then the reason that those are still in there is because that would have made bubbles too. And no, I did not do a squishy wishy on it. I wasn't thinking about doing that. Oh, and you know what? It's still sticky enough that, yeah, that's I got, I just had resin come off of my, yeah. Did y'all see that? I'm telling you, this has been curing for days. I am pretty sure the reason that it's not cured is because this resin is a year old, and the little bit that I have left, I'm not going to be able to use the rest of that because it's not curing correctly. And this is also not lining up. It's lined up here on the bottom, but up here it is way off. Can you see that? That's disappointing. And I am going to go wash this resin off my fingers because I do not like having resin on my hands or any part of my body. So I'm going to go get a baby wipe and some alcohol and get that off. Alright, lesson learned. And when demolding, make sure your resin is definitely cured. Check it for, because I actually saw that on the inside there. I thought that it looked wet, and now that's definitely stuck together and misshapen. But that's okay. Like I said, this head is bigger, a lot bigger. It's a little bit off down there, but even if I push it up, it's still not going to be, it's not going to match it. And there's nothing I can do about that. But the colors are dark blue, fairy green, here and here, dark green, blue, and galaxy. That's it. All right, well, moving on, because this video is going to be long. This is the turtle that I had poured out of that, because I wanted to see what the color. This one is green, the dark green. And he does have some missing pieces right there. There's a hole right there, and a hole right there. We have some overspill that had to be cut off. And then I was pouring this one. Y'all saw that. And this will be explained at the end of the video after I unmold these and show you what they look like coming out of the mold. And definitely very matte, but at least this one was cured. I don't see any places on it that it's not cured. This top coated with some resin would be gorgeous, because then it would look like that. But otherwise, it's a very, very matte. I definitely like the one made out of clay better, and it's right here. This one's definitely shinier. I know in the camera this one looks like you can see the glitter a lot, but trust me, it's very, very matte, and it's very muted in person. This one looks a lot better. And apparently the toes are missing right there because they're on it in the clay. So it did not pick up the toes there. So no, the resin just didn't go down in there, because there's none left behind. It's just not, it just didn't go down in it. And then I told you I had some leftover resin. I was going to go ahead and pour that off camera, and I poured this turtle. And as you can see, it still has some of the mica on it that was in the mold, because I just went ahead and poured it on top of the chameleon powder that was in there. And that's okay. It's just got a little flash of purple and blue and whatever else that color change is. And I'm not sure what happened there, because I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that sharp piece happening with the clay. Oh, that would be this one. But there's the end. So yes, there is definitely a defect in that mold, and it is sharp in the resin, but it is not sharp in the clay. And this is sharp because it's got a bubble, so that's got a very sharp piece right there. But the one in the clay formed very well. Yeah. I do like the clay. I can say I like the clay pieces better right now. It could have been my fault because I did not squish these molds to squish out any air. I just wasn't thinking about doing that. However, the pieces that have these sharp pieces, that's actually the defect in the mold, because when you fill it up to right there, And apparently that is in all of these molds. When you fill it all the way up, especially the resin, you're going to get that weird thing. But this is a matte mold. However, in clay, it's shiny simply because of the glitter. It is very pretty in the glitter. I mean, in the clay glitter, not resin. See the difference? Definitely a difference. I poured this little one. And the odd thing is, it is cured too. I don't get it. And that is the two halves. And that one goes together a lot better. But I have a little bit of overpour here, so they're not flat on the back. That needs to be sanded down so that it will go together. But it's cute. And then I have one more. And I did another one of the little babies, and I poured it with the glitter too, because I wanted to see what it looked like in resin versus clay. Because y'all remember on part one, I did do some of these in clay. Oh, and I like the fact that it still has some of the chameleon powder on it. But that's how this one will go. And it lines up really well. And then this is what it looks like in clay. It's still, once again, a lot more shiny in the clay. I like it better in the clay because of the shine with this particular glitter, and it is the one that I showed you earlier in this video. But yeah, all right, very cute, very cute. I think these are my favorite. I really do. I just think these are adorable. They're so small, they're so cute. I don't know what happened with this, unless it is because that egg is so deep and that's what the problem is. I really don't know, but that doesn't explain what happened to this one. So if anybody has any idea what could happen, I mean, all of these were poured at the same time, cured at the same time. I don't understand. I don't understand what happened with this one or this one, because the rest of these pieces are cured. Recap. There's that one in resin, that one in the clay, then that little one in the resin. Of course, he can't be put together right now. And then there is that one in the clay. And this one was only poured in resin, and there's the clay in that one. The resin, definitely prettier in the clay. And there's this one in the resin and that one. And yes, these are both the same green, dark green chameleon powder. On the outside, they pretty much look the same until you turn them over, and then you can see through that one. And then this one is definitely solid because I used kind of a charcoal colored clay. This is the items that I made in the Turtles, Dinos, and Dragons part 2 video with the resin. And I wanted to show you what these molds look like where I have them sitting to cure. Now, I don't know if you can tell from this angle or not. This here is a rose that my granddaughter made out of clay. So this is approximately 1/4 of an inch here. You can see I'm sticking my finger under it. However, there is still overspill right here on this mold. You see the overspill there. In the video, that is not there. This happened while it was in the curing process. And you did see me put the toothpicks under it to raise it up in the video. However, it is still off on this side, even though this is raised up. And if you look right here, this little turtle was resting on a little heart that my granddaughter made, and it was sitting, basically was how it needed to be propped up to keep it from spilling over, because the resin was coming out of it too, or it had tilted that way. So that's how bad off that one is. And this little heart is what, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. That's how much it needed. That's how much these were off. I am going to add this to that video after I show y'all what they look like when they're taken out of the mold, to show you that they definitely were, some of them were off. And because I had said that in the video that this one was unlevel, and then I realized that this one was, and this is one of the ones that I poured off camera. That's why I went ahead and wanted to show y'all that I had to raise it up too, because that's how much that mold is off. Alright, I'm going to add this in the section when I start to either unmold them or at the end. I haven't decided yet, but I want y'all to see that the molds were unlevel and I raised them up a lot and it still was off that much. Well, if y'all suffered along with me till the end of this video, bless y'all, y'all are awesome. I'm going to try to speed some of this up so it's not so long at the end, and then I may speed up the first part, because otherwise this video is going to be almost an hour long. Some may watch it. I'm sorry, the dogs are once again on the stand. Some may watch it, some may not. Some may 2 times the speed. That's okay if you still watch it in 2 times speed. I appreciate y'all watching, and yeah, so tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you think might have happened to this one and this one. And I do like the little ones. Anyway, y'all have a great day, evening, night, wherever you're watching from, whenever you're watching from, and I will definitely catch you. I will definitely catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.